gonna use a little bit of, a little sharp. Oh, did I really just say that? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my witchy world, witches. It has been a minute since I filmed a video. It's actually kind of funny because I've been sitting here, God, what is today? I don't even know. January 29th, right? And usually, if you haven't noticed, I film the Sacred Isium box right around now, and I haven't gotten it. I also emailed them and got zero response back. So maybe it didn't go through. Maybe the payment didn't go through this month, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're not getting it this month. Also, the new box that I decided to get, that's not here either. So I actually emailed them as well, and they said it's on its way, but it would come towards the end of the month. It's the end of the month. I mean, the month is ending in like, what, 2 days or something like that. So been sitting here waiting to film a video and haven't filmed anything because I don't have any of the boxes that are supposed to come. So I figured we would try something a little bit different. I asked on my social media platforms if people would be interested in seeing a more witchy makeup tutorial. If you do not already know, I am a licensed cosmetologist. I am a practicing esthetician and licensed massage therapist. I don't do makeup professionally, but I have in the past. I've done like weddings and proms and all that good stuff. I do not claim to be the best here on YouTube because we all know there's a whole beauty community dedicated to this stuff here. And I mean, if you haven't looked at my other videos, I don't really wear makeup all that much anymore. So yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna see what happens. If I don't wind up liking the outcome of this video, you won't see it. To be honest with you, there is really no such thing as a more witchy look, because there are witches that wear no makeup. There are witches that are like full-blown like black lipstick, black eyeshadow, black. There are, I mean, witches don't have a specific look, you guys. We're not from a storybook. So I'm just gonna do my makeup because I have work in like a few hours, and I need to get ready for it. I need to look presentable. So I'm just gonna do my thing. I don't have anything planned. And maybe we'll just chit chat a little bit. I don't know, I've never done this before, so let's see how this goes. I will start off by saying that I don't use foundation. I use maybe a little bit of concealer underneath of my eyes. Like you can see, I have a little bit of darkness around my eyes, so I use a little bit of concealer for that. But other than that, I don't do that because my skin is, I don't use foundation because my skin is extremely sensitive to products, and products make me break out. Yes. So we're gonna strap myself in here. Woo! Oh, she looks fabulous right now. Fabulous. Wonderful. All right, so we're gonna use a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape. Woo! And I don't use a whole lot. Let me actually, we'll zoom in. Woo! Because I like to do the eyes first. So I just like to, a few dabs underneath the eyes. like very minimalistic when it comes to the base makeup. Like, I don't really put, I used to do like the whole full beat, as they say, but I just think, I mean, I'm an esthetician, so I'm more about letting the skin kind of breathe a little bit instead of, you know, caking it up with a bunch of stuff that could potentially make me break out. But like I said, that's because my skin's a little bit more on the sensitive side. I will, every time I put makeup on, I wind up kind of breaking out a little bit, so. Every time I do this, the redness on my nose always sticks out a little bit. I also just waxed my eyebrow, so if there's any redness around, and my lip, if there's any redness, that's why. I like to use, let me get it. So I have this palette again from Tarte, Park Avenue Princess palette. This is what it looks like. And I use the two lighter shades. I actually just mix them together. And I put that underneath of my eye to set it. Beautiful. Now we've got you like fully zoomed in. We are up close and personal right now. We're gonna do, I'm just gonna put a base on for the eyes. So I like to use the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I know a lot of people haven't really talked about this product in a while in the beauty community, but I, honest to God, I have yet to find a base that works better than this one. I feel like a lot of people are using concealer more so now than ever before. But I find that this works better, actually. All right. So before I do anything, I like to, I see a lot of people on YouTube, they kind of like set their whole lid with like a color that matches their skin tone. I don't do that. I only do the top portion. So I'm using Tarte Lip Palette, and I'm gonna use the shade Super Mom down at the, right here. And I just kind of set right underneath the brow. Okay, and then I actually bring it into the crease area. And then I leave the lid still sticky because that's where I want the most pigment payoff from the eyeshadows. So I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. I have some palettes. I only have two, but I feel like that's all I need, and I just grabbed my favorites. So I use the Jeffree Star, I can't pick it up. I use the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette a lot. I know this is like a oldie but a goodie type deal. And then I always gravitate towards the James Charles and Morphe palette just because there's so many freaking colors in it. So I'm probably gonna stick to the James Charles palette today just to have, so I have a bunch of stuff to work off of. Like I said, I have to go to work after this, so I can't do like a full-on like goth look like I usually do. I usually do, when I do choose to do my eyes, I tend to choose to do them a little bit on the darker side just because that's what I like, but not today. Not today. Maybe one day. If you guys wind up liking this video, maybe that's what I'll do. But for now, we're gonna go with some, probably some neutrals, you guys. Maybe a little bit darker neutrals. I'm gonna probably mix Tune and Code James, which are these two. Boop, boop, these two. Just because Code James is a little bit too dark. And we're just gonna use a big fluffy brush. I am not like super precise about this by any means. Like I said, not a professional. I just kind of like to wing it. And then once this is on, I kind of go back with the brush. No extra, what the heck was that? No extra product, and I just go in and kind of like blend using that same brush that I applied the base color with. Kind of helps to soften stuff out, and then I go back to the big fluffy brush and I put that on. Just taking a little bit of that nude shade from the Tartelette palette again, and we're gonna bring that back up and heal. I think I was saying earlier, I messily put stuff on because I know that I'm gonna be able to fix it later, so I'm not like too super concerned about it. So we're gonna go in with No Beans. It's just the dark brown shade that was next to the first two that we used. I'm tapping off as much excess as I can because I don't want it to be too pigmented at first, but we're gonna go in the crease here. So I have like really deep set eyes. When I open my eyes, my entire lid space disappears. So I don't know, I like to accentuate the things I already have. So if I have a deep crease, I just deepen it some more. And I hold my brush kind of flat like this. And by doing that, it helps to blend upward into the shapes that we already used. But then I like to go in with the previous brush. No extra product, kind of fluff over that a little bit. This is probably gonna go dark like it always does because I can't get away from the dark makeup. I just can't. So again, accentuating the crease that I already have. Okay, so you don't, like when you have a deep set eye like I do where, you know, you look straight and it's like all you see is the brow bone, you really don't need to accentuate your crease and make it darker because it's gone. It's as you can see, I put that brown on and you can't even tell I did. But I like to do it because I think, I don't know, I like the way that it looks. So again, I am flattening, putting the brush like really flat to the face, almost like straight up in the air, and I'm just doing some circular and windshield wiper motions to blend. Again, it looks super messy. And then I go in with the fluffy brush again, and same thing, it's super, almost straight up in the air, and I just blend. All right, we're gonna take the same small fluffy brush and the same brown, but this time we're gonna drop it. This time we're just gonna keep it a little bit more concentrated in the crease. And then we're gonna take the fluffy brush, just making sure that there's no harsh lines. And that's what we got so far. All right. So at this point, this is usually where I choose if I'm gonna do some sort of like halo eye or just fill in the lid for like a smoky look. So I'm thinking we're just gonna fill in the lid because play it safe for the first makeup tutorial video. And we're just gonna add like a dark brown. And then, you know, if people actually watch this dang thing, then I'll start to dabble in better looking, more fancy looks. But for now, we're gonna play it safe. All right, so we're gonna take Benny. I don't know. I stopped asking questions about myself a long time ago. Benny, real dark brown right there. We're gonna take Benny on, it's kind of still a fluffy brush, but it's more flat. So I find by using something like this, I can deposit enough pigment, but yet still like blend it at the same time. So we're gonna shove this on the lid, and I am just packing. I'm not really swiping or anything like that, as you can see. Now you're gonna notice that it's stuck really well in the center there, and then it's not really sticking where we already put previous eyeshadow. That's because I didn't set the lid. So it's sticking to what's left of that base, which is kind of what I wanted, because I wanted the lighter, I didn't want it to stick so much to those outer perimeters. We're gonna go back to the small fluffy brush, and I kind of wiped the product off of it so it wouldn't deposit any more color. And we're just gonna very, very softly go around that dark shade. And I'm almost kind of like blending down a little bit, like into the dark, to kind of bring the lightness into the dark instead of the dark into the light, without trying to take away see that? A little patchy patch. That's black. We like black, but not that much. So I do find that, not that this is a review for this palette, but I do find that some of the colors in this palette can be a little bit patchy. Sorry, James. I love you. I love what you do. But yeah, sometimes I have a little bit of trouble with them and getting the pigment to stay where I want it. Let me take, yeah. So usually what I do for that, and I know, I don't know if this is like a real trick or not, but I usually take a little bit of that base again on my fingertip, and I put it on the back of my hand because I don't want it to be like too much, but I just dab over top. Can you see that? Like, it's not even a whole lot, but I dab over the top just to get the stick back, the stickiness back, and then I just go back in with the same color, that same dark brown, and I go over top of it to make it stick a little bit better. And you can see already, as a twitching, how much better that stuck. So, and it didn't make it look like, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it didn't make it look cakey or anything like that, because I didn't really put a whole lot on. Like, I didn't deposit any of the pigmentation from that base. I just wanted it to be stickier. So I just a little bit, and then you couldn't even tell that I put anything on because it didn't disturb the color of it too much. So that's what I do to make stuff stick. So if you ever get a palette where you can't, you know, you get some patchiness, just wherever the patch is that's not sticking, you just little bit right there, and then you're good to go. So that's it for the top look. We're gonna blend a little bit and perfect. I don't know where these accents come from, I promise you. So now I'm just taking the little brush, and basically I go in reverse with the brushes. And without adding any more color, just use some stuffs to, just use the brushes to blend a little bit. All right, lovies, I kind of finished what we were doing off camera. Again, I don't like perfection, so I kind of like to leave things to look a little bit more grungy. It's my thing. So yeah, this is where we are. I am going to do some brows. Now, I know what you're all gonna say is, girl, you got some thick ass brows as it is. What do you mean you need to perfect it? I just like to fill in the tail of my brows a little bit thick. And then I'm like a perfectionist, so I like the color to be a little bit uniform. Okay, so we're gonna brush these beasts up. And I am using like a brow pomade. This one's by Kat Von D. I don't, if I'm being honest, I don't really care too much for Kat Von D's products. This is probably the only product from her that I actually don't mind. Super tedious work to put on camera. So I'm probably gonna just skip through this. I won't show you everything, but All right, so I don't know if people still do this. I don't really even do this, but I only do this when I know that I like just waxed my eyebrows, where I put some concealer on to help hide the redness. And then I know we already did the eyeshadow, I get it, but sometimes the eyeshadow tends to get a little out of control, and you gotta go in and, you know, brighten up the bone a little bit. Boop. All right. And then I go back in with that shade from the Tarte palette, and I just set it. Set it. Not really trying to like blend anything out too much. I'm just setting it. Thank you. And then if I feel like I screwed up the color, I just go back in with my little blender. My little blender guy. And he sorts everything out for me. All right, so you would think I was done there. Oh no, oh no. I like to go in with our little Make Me Brow by Essence. It's a tinted brow gel. It does have some like fibers in it, but I don't really use it for the fibers. I just kind of I got some unruly brow hairs that I like to keep in place. We are serving realness here, and this is where we are at. So I'm gonna finish my other brow off camera, and I will be right back. Well, hello and welcome back. Brows are on, and God, what's the next step? I want to do some eyeliner, and I want to do the under eye, because I always, and I mean always, smoke out my lower lash line, which is why I didn't care so much about any of the fallout here. So, yeah. So I am a 31-year-old girl. I am embracing my fine lines and wrinkles underneath of the eye. This is Lord & Berry, number 221 Travel Black Eyeliner. I don't think it's waterproof, but it's very dark. And all I'm doing is like kind of shoving my finger down here, and it's pulling pulling the skin down a little bit. I am not ripping my eyelid down. I am just kind of gently okay, and then I like to do the top too, so I have to, unless I want to cry all over the place, I have to actually kind of pull my eye out. Don't clock me. I know, it's horrible. It's horrible, but I don't do like, I'm not in there for a long time, so. Ooh, girl. I gotta tell you, I've been doing my eyeliner like that for a long time. And it never ceases to amaze me how Oh God, how much it makes your eyes water. It never stops. It never stops. All right, so now we are going to blow out the lower lash line, and basically we're going to use the same brushes and same colors that we did before. So we're going to take those two lighter shades, this one and this one, and we're going to mix them together. We're actually going to use that small fluffy brush. This is from Vasanti, and it's the eye contour or contour eyeshadow number 4 brush. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. I'm not a pro by any means, but that is the brush. This is one of my favorite brushes because it comes in so, like, I can use it for everything. So we're just gonna put that on. Again, I am being very sloppy. I like to connect it to the top eyeshadow there. I am very heavy with blowing out my eyeshadows. I don't know. I get compliments on it all the time, like the smokiness of my under eye. And it's just because I don't care. I don't care. No, it's because I'm not fearful of like a too blown out, dragged down eye look, I guess. I love a good smoky eye. So that is where we are, and you can see it's quite messy. Quite messy, but we're not done yet. So now I like to use some sort of like flat, super flat. It's gonna focus on me. Now I understand why everyone always holds up a hand. Super flat, like definer brush. This is Morphe B75 brush. I'm a huge fan of Morphe's brushes. I think they are wonderfully affordable, and yeah, why not use them, right? So I am going to go in with the darkest shade. So this one here, I forget the name of it. We're gonna go back in with Benny on that, basically that definer brush. And let me use a mirror for this so I don't poke my eye out. And we're basically just gonna go right underneath of the lash line. I am just stamping. I'm wiggling it in between the lashes to kind of meet up with the waterline, the mascara, and the waterline. Just like that. And I don't bring it all the way in because I think that is too much darkness, although I like a lot of darkness. So that is where we are at now, and you can see it looks so harsh. So harsh. So we're gonna go back to, actually no, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do probably one that's a little bit more dense. Yes. So we're gonna go in with a little pencil brush here, and then we're just gonna basically there's no pigment on this. So very, very lightly taking that pencil brush, because we don't want to bring the darkness down too much, but we also don't want that dark brown shadow to be so like, it's a line. So we're just kind of blending it into those lighter colors just a smidge. Can you see the difference? Like this is like real harsh ending line, and this is a little bit more smoky. Okay. And then we're not done yet. We're gonna go back in with the small one that we applied the brighter colors with. no extra pigment. But we're just gonna go in with that and kind of like mesh everything together like so. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that looks pretty done to me. I don't like to apply mascara until I do my face, like my powders. So let's zoom out a little bit more. Check out my face. We're looking a little bland and ghostly. So we are going to, I don't know, warm up the face. So we got some warm brown colors. So we don't want to do too cool of a blush. You can see I'm very, very cool toned compared to my eyes, which is why the eye makeup is making my skin look so freaking pale and ghostly. But warm toned browns on someone who has really brown eyes like I do, it really brings out and makes the eye color pop. So that's why I do it. And then I just kind of try to, you know, do what I gotta do on the face to warm it up a little bit. So we're gonna go back in with the Park Ave highlight and contour palette. I think that's what it's called. The Chisel palette. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a little bit more fancy than me. So we're gonna go in, this is from Morphe, but it was from one of, like, they had the makeup belts, the brush holder belts. It was from one of those sets like a long time ago, so there's no number on it or anything like that, and one of my puppies got to it. So anyway, we're gonna go in with this, and we're gonna use the shades Carrot and Princess Cut. Carrot is a little bit more, this one, Carrot's a little bit more cool tone. This one's a little bit warmer, but they're still kind of in the same family. So I just like to mix them together. And woo, yes. Now I don't bring it all the way down, and I also don't blend it with this brush. I know that sounds silly, right? But I really just apply with this one, because I feel like you don't get a very good blend with this brush. And like I said, I do not bring it all the way down. I have a very, you can see, I have a very diamond face, so I just like to try and keep it back here. I don't like to bring it all the way in here. It's actually probably brought out a little bit further than what I usually like. I like to get my chicken goblet here. Everything looks super harsh, but I promise you it'll all come together. I take a big, like, stippling, like fluffy stippling brush. This is the Duo Fiber F50 from Sigma. I've had this brush forever. Forever. So I take this and I just, now mind you, there is no primers or any liquid type of stuff on my face, so the powders tend to kind of blend away easier because they don't have that sticky base to hold on to, and I actually kind of prefer that. Now, if it won't, like you can see there's still really harsh line there. Fear not, my friends, fear not. Alright, so that harsh line there, I like to take like a big old powder brush with those two skin tone shades, and I like to use those on a big fluffy brush to go over the contour and blend out some more. I'm like not real big on having like a harsh contour, so I don't know, I use this and it evens stuff out. I don't know, I kind of just did it and played around a little bit, and that's what happened. I figured this out. Woo! Better. Better. But you can see, like I said, I pointed out my diamond shape. You can see that there's the contour there. Yeah, I don't like anything super harsh. So that's about it. I also don't nose contour or anything like that. I just take whatever's left over, and so my face isn't so stark white in the middle. I kind of just run this along the sides, and it deposits a little bit of color and kind of brings the eyeshadow together. But then I go back in with that same big old fluffy, and I kind of whoop, just go over it so it's not so bad. Now, the favorite part of my face makeup routine is blush, because I feel like that's what makes you go from looking dead to being alive again. So I like a lot of blush. This is the Real Techniques blush brush. It's super fluffy. Super fluffy. And I'm going in with Milani powder brush in Romantic Rose. This is my go-to neutral blush. I love this blush, so we're just gonna, I like heavy blush, so. And I have these nice little apple cheeks that are accentuated by my lines that I like to accentuate, and I bring it all the way back. All the way back. I like to be like super heavy at first with my blushes, my contour, my face products, because then I just go in and I blend it, and it just looks flawless after you blend. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have the cream base products on, so I have the opportunity to kind of go in with a little bit of a heavier hand, because I can just blend it back, blend it away. Alright, so I think that's pretty good. Looking good. Alright, so if you don't know what step we are at, I don't know what rock you're living under, but I like a lot of highlight. And I actually like this. God, it is dirty. I'm a huge fan of this palette right here. I know it's a throwback, sleek makeup. This is the highlighting palette in Solstice 032. And this is what it looks like on the inside. This one is a cream, but then there's like a purple, a more warm tone, and then like a yellow one here. I like to take this one and kind of mix them together, because like I said, I am cool toned, so I kind of have to put a little bit of cool tone in there to make it look realistic. Not that I care about being realistic, but usually when I wear makeup, I'm like, nah, I want everyone to know it's fake. So I mix those two. I take the purple and I take the more bronzy one, and I mix them together a lot. We're still mixing on this brush. This is Real Techniques setting brush. I don't use it to set. And we're gonna, ooh, buddy. Wow. Yes, I love it. Love it. Oh, but we're not done. We are so not done. Again. Yes, highlight. Ooh, God, this highlight looks so much better when you have it under lights. Yes. Okay, now I always like to blend, so I'm going to go back in with a stippling brush, because I don't like them harsh lines, but I don't wipe away too much. I just like to make sure it's blended. And looking good. Then I like to take my Jeffree Star highlighter, Skin Frost, Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost in Crystal Ball. Ooh, how fitting for my witchy friends out there. And I take the same brush, to be honest with you. I watched so many reviews on these Jeffree Star highlighters, and not one of them told me how glitter based they are. Like, they're very chunky. So I just like to use these as like a little topper, and then I bring it on the cheeks because I'm extra. So a little topper, and then cheeks, a little bit on the nose, a little bit on my butt and nose, and then I always do the center right here. Not really sure why. I just like it. But that's pretty much, I don't know, I'm not like a huge fan of highlight in the middle, but. All right, lovelies, so I went ahead and put some mascara on my bottom and upper lashes, and typically on a daily basis, because I wear glasses, I don't really wear false lashes anymore. But I figure, so for me personally, the eyes, they would stop here. But for anyone who wants some false lashes, we're gonna do that today as well. Just because, why not, you know? I use the brush on adhesive by Duo, so this guy here, and I am using Demi Wispies by Ardell in the multi-pack. So I don't like to blow on my makeup, so I just use my little eyelash tweezers with some glow. You know, just fanning my lashes. And then we're gonna go ahead and apply these to the eye once these dry. I need a mirror. I have such, my eyeballs tend to not work so well with lashes because, here, let me zoom it in a little bit up close and personal. Okay, so yeah, they tend not to work so well with my eyeballs because my eyeballs are so rounded and small and all kinds of weird issues that you can't tell from the camera. But they don't stick so well in the inner corner. So I actually trim mine, and I take a pretty hefty amount off. Like, I cut almost like a whole section of hair off. But that's just because it works better for my eyes. So I'll show you what I do to kind of correct that, because it always leaves like this empty space in the front of my eyeball. So I'm gonna look down and try and do this in a mirror while also making sure that it's on camera, but placing, and then we are going to, yeah, these beauty gurus that use tweezers to put their lashes on, girl, how? I don't know how you do it. Or like they have like the long freaking fingernails when they do it. Yeah, see, I always have trouble with laying the edges down. It just doesn't want to work with me, so I like to go in with my fingers, and I try to almost like squeeze Squeeze, please. I also take, ooh, I almost dropped my Jeffree Star highlighter. I like to also take like the skin of my eyelid and I press it. I know it seems so weird and whatnot, but I press it over top of the lash and it kind of sticks to the lash band and the rest of my eyeball and hides the band a little bit better. I learned that trick like many years ago. I don't know why I'm trying to sound fancy. Okay, so you can see the lashes end like right here, and then all of this is empty. And mascara is not enough because my lashes are very thin in that area. So what I do, if I can find it, yes. So I take a little like liquid eyeliner. This is Physicians Formula. It's the Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum in black. This is not like the blackest of black eyeliners, but we have a very dark look going on. But I basically take the eyeliner and I draw it on the inner corner there, and then I leave the rest. Like I don't draw it across the whole top, although by all means you can, like if you want to hide the glue, if you have any messed up stuff from the glue. So that's what I do, and it makes everything look a little bit more cohesive instead of like, oh, she has a fake eyelash on. And then just in case I missed anything underneath, or maybe it's not close enough to the lash line, like right there, that little gap, I like to go back in with my black eyeliner. Whew. After letting it dry for a little bit. Ooh, this is gonna be so hard to do on camera. I just like to drool it in. Just fill it. I got some fallout. Yeah, so I just take the eyeliner, run it back and forth, and boom, you can't see a thing. Don't even know that they're fake. Ugh, all right. So that is how I put false lashes on, and you can see such a huge difference. Now, once it's dry, take a little lash curler. This one's from Tarte. This is one of their like holiday ones from, I don't know, like 5-6 years ago or something like that. But I take this, and I know what you're thinking, oh my god, she's gonna rip her lash off. But I kind of just shove the fake lash into it and I pulse, because I do have mascara on my actual lashes. This is gonna basically just mesh them together and also curl them upwards. And then you have these beautiful, ooh, voluminous lashes. Ooh, so pretty. Yes, looks so cute. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna apply my other lash off camera because that was a lot more difficult than I thought. And then when I come back, we will finish with the lips and then we'll be done. All right, y'all, so we are back. Now we have one more step to this beautiful look. Took that headband off. I bought like a 6-pack of those headbands actually for clients. during their facials and things like that, and wound up keeping them for myself so that I could do things like this. Yeah, so we're gonna go in with our lips, and I had like an assortment of lip colors to go with, but they are all predominantly cool toned, because I am a cool toned girl, as I've said probably 100 times in this video. But we're gonna go with like a really neutral, like I said, I have work, so if I'm bold on the eyes, I have to go neutral on the lips. So we're gonna go in with a really like neutral, stay all day liquid lip. And this is by Stila. It's their stay all day. The packaging is very worn. Stay all day liquid lip or something like that. And let's see, what is the name? Carmelo. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can. Whoop. Carmelo. I don't use a liquid or a lip liner. I just kind of go in and slap it on. Sometimes I overdraw my lips because I have a very thin upper lip and a mediocre bottom lip. But I like my lips, so I don't know, I don't mess with them or anything like that. But if I could, I would change my upper lip and give it a little bit more volume, but I may or may not overdraw them. It depends on how this goes. So I just put it on. All right, so I do that, but it's just a very neutral color, kind of like a go-to everyday type color. But as I mentioned before, I am extra, so I'm gonna take a little bit of Drug Lord by Jeffree Star, which is the white. And I always put this on the back of my hand because I don't want any color to get in the actual tube itself. I'm a stickler for that. I don't like mixing. It just makes it feel like it won't be white anymore. And I kind of just, I don't want a whole lot on my hand or on my finger. And I pat it in the center. I know, it looks weird. So that just creates, I don't know, it gives a little bit more of a pout situation to the lips. And because I have such thin upper lips, I like to do that to give it a little bit more pizzazz. Now, by the time I am done, I don't know, I like to tweak things. So like I said, I'm a blush girl, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of a dense blush brush. Again, it's from that same brush belt kit thing from Morphe. I don't even know if they still have those. I bought these forever ago. So I just like to add a few, if I like touched my face and kind of messed up my highlight, I like to go in and reapply my highlight. Yes, darling. Yes, that is what all highlights should look like. That's it, you guys. I know I said I was gonna do like a witchy look, but like I said, I have work, so I can't be all like gothic looking and stuff, but I wanted to do something just because I was a little upset that I was sitting here waiting to film those other videos on those boxes and they just never came. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna email the new box. I still don't want to reveal what box it is to you because I am really excited to share it. It's a little bit different than the ones that I have been doing, so I don't want to share it quite yet because if it does come, I want it to be a surprise. But the Sacred Isium one, I don't know what's going on with that. So maybe my payment didn't go through. I'm not really sure. Like I said, they never got back to me with a reply. So, guess we'll find out. But I figured this would be something fun, something different to do, kind of in between. I am, like I said, I don't do makeup for a living. I'm not out there doing it every day, but I do dabble a little bit, and it was fun to kind of get ready on camera and show you a different side of me, because I never really wear makeup on camera. So we'll do a last little zoom in, up close and personal. So you can see the eyes. I'm really bad at this. The cheeks, the lips. Yeah, just up close. Like I said, it's a very simple but dark and sexy kind of look, and I just wanted to be able to do something different. And I wanted to, you know, I don't want to kind of cater to those stereotypes of what a witch looks like type deal, because apparently in society's mind we're all evil, we're all dark, we're all satanic, all this crap. I knew getting into this, putting myself out there in the public, stating that I was a witch in training or a witch or whatever, that I would get some backlash. And so far there has been a whole lot, but there has been a few. Some of them have been people that I've known. Some of them are complete strangers that are Twitter bullies. And I just want to say to you that whether you love me or hate me or love what I do or hate what I do, that's on you. Okay? I don't come to you or anyone and tell people what they should or shouldn't believe in. If people ask, I will tell you what I believe in. But I will never sit there and tell you that you are wrong for believing what you believe in. I come from a Catholic background. I went to Catholic school for 8 years, and my family, some of them are accepting. Some of them are like, I don't know, Shan, that's a little weird. I don't know, you know, whatever. And some of them just don't, straight up just are like, whatever, do what you want, I don't care. Majority of my friends are very accepting. Majority of my friends are, they don't care. I don't really get opinions from them. And, but there are a select few people that don't quite understand, and that's okay. I don't expect everyone to understand, but I figured I don't want to just flood my channel with all witch all the time, because I'm not all witch all the time. I am a mother, I'm an esthetician, I'm a massage therapist, I'm a human being. I live a daily life. I go to the supermarket, I do things. It's not like I'm sitting here every day doing spells and casting curses and all that stuff. Matter of fact, I don't even believe in doing anything cruel like that. I basically use my craft to promote the health for my loved ones, promote the happiness for my loved ones and myself. And, you know, what you go to church and pray for is what I do spells for. So keep your opinions to yourself. That's the only thing I can say. And I'm going to try to do a mesh of things that I'm interested in. You never know, I might throw some informational videos on here about massage or aesthetics, because all of that is part of who I am. I'm not just a witch, but I do plan on making this predominantly about the witch stuff so that we can all learn. But I also want to branch out and do other things that I find are very fun for me, and that's what this channel is about. It's about having fun. So yeah, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, this video is over. I have to go to work. I have to very quickly get dressed because I have to leave in like 10 minutes. But make sure you give this video a like if you liked it. If you did like it, please leave me a comment down below on what videos you want to see next. If you would like to see more videos on makeup and doing fun things like that, maybe we'll do a dark and mysterious one next time. What looks do you want to see? Leave a comment down below. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, I know YouTube is very statistic oriented, and I happen to know that about 50 to 60% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps me tremendously, and I want you to stick around and be part of the Karma fam, and you know, stick around, see what's gonna happen next. And follow me on social media. I am on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and now Snapchat, you guys. So I think I'm planning on using like all of my social media platforms to kind of announce video ideas, get polls so that you can tell me what you want to see. And if I have an idea, I'm going to ask you if you guys actually want to see it. So make sure you follow me on that. I'll probably put it on the screen as well as in the description box down below with the links. You can just click on them. So before you click on the links, click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video, and then I will catch you in my next one. Bye!